The long dark took everything from us. It took our crops, our countries, and for many of us, our lives. We managed to survive underground, burrowed underneath the corpse that is this earth. So many years have passed, we have lost track of time. Yet there are still those who live with us that remember what the surface once was and long for its return. Balking against the mandates of the ordered government and the qui sustenant, there are those that would dare risk their freedom and even their lives to see one last glimpse of what the surface once was. We are the brave. We are the bold. We are the ones that seek the surface. We seek the land of Viridian, the one that was once promised to us. Hello everyone, welcome to the Broken Lords podcast. I am your GM for tonight, Zub the Mad, and we are here in the Underdark. The last time we encountered our intrepid heroes, they were in the Oleander Estate, which is a very prosperous family that is in charge of running most of Verota, which is the current city in which they are residing. There's a lot of weird stuff that's happening right now. The door itself was broken open. Anyways, we zoom in on the party. They are haggard and beaten up on the staircase, which is in varying degrees of disarray. Some of the banister has actually been broken away. And we go from there.
I think the first thing we should do is rest. Actually, do something about these wounds.
Outside still on fire? I don't think this is a very restable scenario.
It's kind of hard to see because you're in a mansion that doesn't really have access to windows at the moment.
Very private.
Yeah.
Private.
This is a private estate. You're basically on a plantation.
There was hook horrors in here, right? So people in here, there could still be people in here and they could be in trouble.
Indeed.
Yes,
As much as resting would be a smart idea if in a vacuum, I think we need to clear this place.
Well,
Top to
that's
bottom
very
first.
sensible, but we can't do that when we're all damaged. If we all die doing this, who's going to save them now?
If the fields are on fire and we take an 8-hour rest, the mansion could burn down while we're asleep. So, we gotta...
I'm going upstairs. I don't like this. I'm going upstairs.
All right. So there are two beautifully adorned, curving staircases that lead upstairs. It's kind of like a spiral staircase on either side. And as you ascend the staircase, you see a series of well-connected rooms. You assume that there's master bedrooms, that sort of thing. There's also some side stairs, or not side stairs, side rooms that are, you're not sure. You don't know the architecture of this place. They could be anything at this point.
The floor we were just on, the second floor, were there rooms on that floor?
There were.
Did we check them?
No.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, you didn't.
Well, we can...
Loot the place, everyone split up.
Yes, kind of, but nicely.
Do you say loot the place?
Yeah, I said that out loud.
I'm slowly just accepting that there's never going to be a change in Decimeth's character. So I'm just yeah, fine, whatever.
The cosmic voice in the back of your head, Embryn, says, he just told you that it's okay for you to rob your own family.
Yeah, no, I am very, the snapshot of what Decimeth is pretty clear, and I don't really know how to contend with or stop it. I just want to find out if anyone's here and make sure they're okay. Whatever anyone else does, that's their deal. I don't even care. Okay, so this hallway over here on the left, as I come up the stairs, I'm going to train an arrow and, do a slice of the pie maneuver around the corner. Is anything there?
So as you spin around, you don't see anything that's of note. No movement. You do notice that the area is pretty dark. The manor itself was kind of put together with, or rather illuminated by sconces, but they're weird sconces. They're not fire-based. You kind of look at them and you see that they're kind of encased in glass, but there's no area for you to light an actual fire into the brazier, if that makes sense.
Carrick, are those magic?
Probably continual flame spells.
Why are they out?
If they're used as lighting, they can probably be toggled on and off somehow. Her family is human, right?
They are, yes, primarily human.
Alright, so can I make, like, an Arcana check to just
Sure,
hazard a guess as to what the command word would be?
sure.
While he's doing that, I mean, if there were survivors, they'd have left tracks, right? Is it possible to roll something so that I can see if there are any footprints visible that we could follow?
Maybe even a perception check would be good.
Okay.
Can I think of any common commands to turn on the lights with a 22?
So you strain your mind, you think about your various disciplines, and you think Incendio would be one. You think Libertas would be one. A couple of other
Alright.
ones come to mind that are a little bit more obscure, and you kind of like push them to the back of your head because they're probably not, like password 1234 versus like.
Yeah. I'm not gonna start with Incendio because we have enough fire around here.
Yeah.
But I will go with Libertas. Freedom.
A small puff of flame erupts from the brazier. You look into it, and it's less of a flame and more of kind of like a persistent glow that stems from the brazier and sconce. And it's very dim light.
May I roll perception
Sure.
so I can see if there are any footprints around? All right.
Yeah, sure. All right. So with a 14, Crust scans the room. There are signs of upholstery that have been kind of pushed, crumpled up.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, like the rug itself is just
Okay.
one continuous rug.
Like
All right.
wall carpet.
Yeah.
Thing,
Yeah,
kinda?
Wall to wall
It's like
carpeting.
just one big carpet.
So the
Right.
thing is that there's some like a little bit. It seems like it's not like nailed in place per se, at least in certain areas.
Are they going towards a general direction?
They seem like they're stemming northwards, insofar as you know what north is.
Okay. I suggest we can head in that direction, but we should also check the rooms just to make sure.
These rooms here. And here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you look at the two rooms, which are comprised of 3 entry points each on the western and eastern side, stretching out in front of you. You're about approximately 30 feet away, give or take, from those two entry points, but the ornate curvatures of the doors are very prominently displayed, and there's kind of like a gilded leaf pattern that's encrusted throughout the totality of the wood.
Very rococo in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna idly comment to Embryn, like, man, your family's pretty well off, huh?
Well, I mean, she kind of trails off and doesn't talk about it. Too worried.
This is the Oleander family, which is kind of like the nephew family of the Underlocks. They've always been kind of more white collar as opposed to the blue collar nature of the Underlock clan.
Yeah, it's interesting because with the food production, which is mega important right now, I mean, super important, of course they were able to get not just one, but several footholds in what you could call the industry down here and make quite the living from it. And now that they're more involved in specifically the logistics side of the business, and the blue collar side, if you will, is pretty much handled because there are always people looking for that kind of work, fortunately and unfortunately. Like, yeah, they do all right. So, for the sake of later flavor, I guess, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But Embryn is like more focused on the immediate moment and is not her usual conversant self.
Zoob, what's in the middle in front of us?
So in the middle, there's actually like you expect to be like a floating type of closet. It's very prominent. It's a very like a mud room you would expect it would be.
Okay. Interesting.
Does it have a door?
Yeah, I don't see any doors on it.
Yeah, it has a door. I just didn't draw it in.
Okay.
Well, I check it. The one on the left.
All right. So you check the room. It opens up and it's very dim. There's actually no, aside from the torches in quotation marks that you have lit with the magic word. And in the dim glow of this area, you see what appears to be like a wardrobe. Like there's a large like coat rack of just like jackets, various insignia, like overcoats, that type of thing.
Oh,
There's nobody hiding in the corner, and there's no bodies.
No one hiding in the coats or the wardrobe.
Embryn squints and doesn't see any like signs of movement.
Yo, Decimeth,
yes.
you can check the pockets in here, but I would strongly suggest you don't wear anything out of this closet, because they'll know where you got it.
No.
One of the crests on the chest.
I've suddenly sparked an idea.
Oh, God.
We've been looking for ways to get into what was the name of the high area?
Right, the like
True.
noble district, because I can get in, but it's tough for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. We could take these clothes and wear them, and then all of a sudden we fit in.
Hey, Decimeth,
Okay, well,
We might have to change the insignia on them though, because they're gonna know it's from a human family.
use an intelligence check because there's no knowledge local check in 5e.
All right. So, intelligence? Is it? Is it just my just a D20 plus my modifier, which is nothing?
You got it.
Okay. Bam! 14.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work.
No.
I feel like he's still trying to sell it, though.
You know for a fact, because you've lived in Verota for long enough, that there's an active registry for all the families within the nature of within this town, and they keep really good tabs on.
Shit. Well, all right. I'll go through the pockets of the stuff. I start rambling. You start seeing clothes flying behind me as I rifle through the shit.
I knew that would happen.
Yeah, so you pilfer the pockets of the monogram jackets.
He's finding, like, candy and cigarettes and shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of unused pipes, just kind of like clutter the jacket pockets.
Trash. Anything?
Roll me a perception check. See if you get a trinket out of this.
25.
Your hand stops on a snuff box that is in one of the monogram printed. You presume to be kind of like a bathrobe. At least it looks like the aesthetic of there. It's like a deep navy blue because you have dark vision, so you can kind of sort of make out. It's mostly black and white, but like from the hue of what you see in your like black and white dark vision, that you think it's like a deep blue. And you see like a gilded snuff box, basically. You open it up. There are some very nice cigars that are inside of it.
I'll take the cigars.
All right.
Is it like a box of cigars or something like that?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's literally like a snuff box filled with cigars.
I put one in my mouth.
Are you supposed to smell it first? I'm actually saying that.
I'm not one of these fancy highfalutin types, but I look cool with a cigar in my mouth?
You are ravishing.
Absolutely not.
Wonderful.
I want a corner peek through this doorway over here.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question for Decimeth. When you put the cigar in your mouth, did you use your tail?
Of course.
Yeah, I was about to say, because if you didn't, that'd have been a missed opportunity. I'd have got mad, dude.
Assume anything that I can pick up that doesn't require two hands is used with my tail.
It's a very thick cigar. Anyways, as you were saying, Carrick, you trying to see if there's like a peephole or something?
Is the door closed?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna crack open the door.
The door is closed. You press yourself against it. You're gonna try to crack it open or something?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm standing next to the jam, and I'm gonna try and crack the door open and peek in.
Okay. Roll me a stealth roll.
Because I'm so good at stealth. I'm actually not terrible at stealth. Look at that, at 23.
Nice. So you kind of crack it open very slightly, enough so that it doesn't generate any noise from the hinges. And you're staring into what appears to be some kind of library. Rows of books adorn the shelves. Musty tomes. There's like that earthy type of smell that you get from books that haven't been read in a while.
As much as my interest is piqued, I'm just gonna do a quick scan. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the room.
Appears
No
not.
monsters, anything like that.
Appears not.
All right. I'm gonna signal back to Emryn, point at the room, and give a thumbs up. And I want to proceed over to the other side.
Okay.
Like to follow him to the other room because I too am curious.
Okay.
Yeah, same deal. Do you need another stealth, or are we going to let it ride?
I'll let you let it ride. So
Okay.
you open the door. It doesn't really creak open. You've been well versed enough in the acoustics of this. You open it. It's another very similar room. Large amounts of books. There's a ladder in this one.
Like a rolling library ladder, or like a ladder up to another floor?
Rolling library ladder. The shelves have gotten
Okay.
pretty tall.
All right. And again, doesn't look like there's anybody in here. This one's clear too.
Yeah, you don't really see anything. I mean, this one's a little bit more spacious than the last one.
What are the bottom portions? Are those separate rooms? Are there doors for those?
You're poking your head around the corner as you kind of like
Yep.
SWAT poke. It looks like it's an antechamber that goes into like what appears to be a makeshift study that's been made out of like a square of very nice desks that have been kind of like put into a formation for like
Okay.
reading.
Yeah, it's the reading area in the study. But,
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not a separate room. It's actually part of this room, just a division of
Yeah,
it?
it's like an antechamber.
Okay.
Since Carrick has not jumped back from the door in horror, Embryn's gonna decide to be nosy and start checking things out in the room. Like what kinds of books are on the shelves, and maybe she like rolls the ladder back and forth
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, just musing over it. Like, this is cool.
Okay.
Didn't know we had this, you know. But yeah, does anything stand out on the bookshelf?
A series of books adorn shelves on pressed to the extreme walls. You see a majority of tomes that have been like they're covered in a thin film of dust. It seems like they haven't been touched in a while. You see in the antechamber on the southern side those same desks that I just mentioned, and they have kind of like a bendable metal, that metal kind of like gray hosing that you can have for like extra pliability. Attached to it is like what appears to be a gigantic magnifying glass, so you can zoom in on whatever text you're reading.
Like an articulated thing, almost.
Yeah. There's a metal articulation that lets you adjust the magnifying glasses as such.
Handy. Wish we could camp out here.
Yeah.
But there's definitely nobody here, and there's definitely no monsters either, so that's...
The room itself is pretty dark right now because there are similar sconces, but you didn't do the magic word to turn them on.
I did not.
Is it safe to say by now that Decimith is done like ripping through the coats?
Are you done ransacking?
Oh yeah, my ransacking's
Okay.
done. I may have put on a coat just for the time being, just to look fancy.
Temporary.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Are there any other doors in here?
Those 3 doors are just basically go into the same place. It's kind of like, going in a state library, and they have those 3 like sets of pretty massive doors that kind of funnel into the same area.
What about these guys over here? Are those to denote windows or
Those
something?
are also doors as you look on your left.
Oh, that was what I was interested in. It's not like a gigantic doorway, right? Is it
This is
like where actually is the door?
so you turn, and it's a very ornate, mahogany almost doorway. Very large double doors with bronze door handles that push inwards towards wherever this place goes. There isn't any like peepholes per se. You'd have to commit to actually pushing the doors
Yeah,
open.
you said that I was able to track these marks in the rug that were going north. Do they go into one of those doors?
Yeah, the scrunchies kind of go around this area. It's kind of disparate.
Okay.
Is it almost like they shut the door quickly?
As far as Krusk has determined, he just noticed that there's crinkles in the carpet. That's about the extent of what he's determined.
Can I put my ear up against this door
Sure.
to make a roll or something?
It's a low, kind of pseudo dripping noise. Take from that what you will.
Just in case, I'm gonna move right next to Carrick.
That dripping noise
Yeah.
really doesn't... It's very infrequent. Like, there's like, you hear like a water
Yeah.
drop, and then silence for an extended period of time, and then maybe you hear enough.
Yeah, I really got a bad feeling about this one, guys.
Why? What do you hear?
Keeping my voice low, I'm hearing dripping.
You have a bad feeling about water?
What if it's not water?
Well, we're probably going to open this door anyway, so how do you want to do this? I say, if there's something dangerous, the best defense is a good offense. We bust in there immediately, spells ablazing.
Carrick takes a step back, gestures Decimus to the door. You're the hardest one to hit.
Hey, before we do this, I'm all for it, but just before we do this, Zoob, just thinking about the kind of ooky spookies we just fought in the last room, and some of the experiences we had out in the burning fields before we got here.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about that type of critter, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
Have I heard of any, like, spooky bedtime story stuff of, like, things that go drip in the night?
Sure. Yeah, roll me an Arcana or History check.
The same either way. Here we go.
Your mind strains memories of various bedtime stories that were taught to you by your Baba. Everything blank.
Now, if we're sure there's something dangerous in here, is everybody properly healed up?
Nope.
Not really. Let me see. Do I have a potion or something? No. I've got the wand of shit posting.
Nice.
Oh my god, can we open with that? It could distract them, or serve as a light source if nothing else.
Again, I am fine.
I'm thinking you're going to have to lead on this, and we're going to have to do range cover for you. My bubble shield is at 4, and I have no easy way of charging it right now.
I am also out of key points, but I am still the hardest to hit. But let me tell you about how much I don't like being the first one into a dangerous area when we have a raging barbarian with us.
No, but no, you don't need me. You're so good. Remember you killed that one enemy?
Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Okay.
Going into a room that Zoob designed with most of us on low hit points, it's going to be a great idea. I like it.
How long does a short rest take?
An hour.
1 hour.
Again, we just murdered a bunch of things. If anything else was dangerous in this house, it would have come up right now to get the business while we were fighting.
Hopefully.
If it was dangerous, it didn't want the business. So I think that we're good. But are you guys willing to bet your life on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are willing to bet your life on it?
Yeah, especially because I'm not the one going in first.
I would go in first, but I can't see in the dark.
I go in first, but, Decimith is so good.
The best, I've been told.
He's so good.
Oh my god. Can you light the cigar so I can see a little bit? That would be amazing.
You would literally see like a friggin' foot radius around the cigar.
I don't have anything to light the cigar with, but
You're literally a fire
I don't
demon.
have fire
Say,
abilities. I can't hellish rebuke the cigar, okay?
No,
Yes, you
do
can.
it.
Hold on, I'm gonna flick the cigar into your eye and then you can hellish rebuke it.
Please don't make me do. Please do not make me waste my hellish rebuke. I don't have much left.
Oh, you didn't choose Firebolt. Oh man.
Yeah, no, I have Ray of Frost. I cannot firebolt
worthless.
this cigar.
Oh man.
Does anyone got a flint and
You didn't
tinder?
think it was worthless when I was chilling those drinks at the bar.
Man, listen.
Hey, I have a
Wow.
question, too.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
could have swore I had a survival kit, do I? Yeah, doesn't that come with a flint and tinder?
You do.
Alright, come here.
Smoke him if you got him, buddy.
This is safe. What do I roll to tinderbox
You don't have to
cigar?
roll that.
You just do the
Yeah.
thing.
I do the
Unless
thing.
you want to do
Okay.
a backflip before you do it.
Alright, there.
The pungent tobacco hits the back of your throat, Decimith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever had a cigar ever before in your life.
Never once.
Yeah. Roll the cough.
Botches, coughs, blood.
Okay.
We'll just say it's Constitution.
So a constitution.
Now, see, considering his heritage, I would think Decimith would find this very like very comforting. Like very much like, this smells like the homeland of my people, that kind of a thing.
I take a puff like I've been smoking cigars my entire life.
You might as well. You got to go through that
Yep.
door.
What do you have to roll to blow circles? Do it.
You do it. You do it with that roll.
Dexterity.
I do it. In Emryn's face, by the way.
Damn.
Wow, what a dick.
I sneeze and I don't block it.
With the cherry of your cigar, you have like very minor luminescence.
If something big
Yeah.
puts it out, I know to shoot there. So
Yeah, no, if it's like a cloaker back there and it engulfs your head, you can just shoot where the light used to be.
exactly.
Okay.
There was actually
Fine.
a plan with this.
I would just like to point out that we decided to spend the fire to use fire on the cigar instead of the many torches that have adorned the place that we are at.
You're not wrong, but this is because I don't know how to light magic crystal on fire.
I open the door. I don't even open it sneakily.
Special thanks to our logo designer Sierra Twazin, to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, and Mongoose Publishing. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at Lords Broken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our link tree at linktr.ee/The Broken Lords. Thank you.
Podcast recommendations, you ask? Brian Wayne here, co-curator of The Apocalypse. And I know that sounds gnarly. That's because it is gnarly, man. The Apocalypse. What is The Apocalypse? The Apocalypse is a culmination of the gnarliest podcasts, independent podcasts the internet has to offer. So instead of trying to go to Twitter the next time you need a new podcast to listen to and try to get Twitter famous, podcast recommendations, please. Just think The Apocalypse, man. And it's ironic because The Apocalypse is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. But just go to podchaser.com. It's in the top lists. The top lists in the whole world. So whether you're looking for true crime, sports, role-playing, I don't know, anything. Think of a podcast. It's on The Apocalypse. It's like the apocalypse with a D. And do not forget to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter as well. Once again, that is The Apocalypse. If you're looking for a podcast recommendation, The Apocalypse is sure to have something for you.